Okay, welcome back ladies and ladies with dicks to another session of eating grass and licking ass with your favorite aspiring pew barber, young Brizboss with the jizz sauce. Now today we're having yet again another whole ass into the wormhole episode on Susie Lou's Gugonga's gumdrop of a forehead. God damn, I could fit a whole McDonald's combo meal in the colossal head. You know, I really thought we were way past the point of making an NBC documentary on Susie Lou's hot Caesar pleaser. Bust a load on my tooth and call me John Wilkes Booth, because Susie Lou is back at it again, making it about as much sense as Stevie Wonder being a visual merchandiser.
I ain't desperate, got a death wish, wake up every morning, got a Zanny and her lettuce for breakfast.
Okay, welcome back. So I did a poll in my last video if I should make another follow-up motion picture on the Susie Lou situation, and about all of you said yes, and I thought it would be a good idea since my content is running drier than an African child's water bottle. Instead of talking about this Caribbean dolphin of a woman, I thought we would dive down more into her cuck, neckbeard funk of a boyfriend.
There's one idiot that is overconfident. You protecting her is going to turn you into a monster.
Okay, LOL, I got bored and my balls itch also. Why does this nigga got a furry butt plug for hair?
Which one of my disciples will cover later in this video. But before we talk about the that will probably give us a strike, let's talk about another whoopsie that the big sped did. Last video we covered what this dinner plate headed beast has done to the YouTube community in her current stage right now. You know, me and Chase thought this monstrosity of a woman would be past our heads, and hopefully her giant one would process a database and decode the intense procedure of taking an L. But sadly, to no surprise whatsoever, Susie Lou is back at it again. You know, she never shuts her thin, crisp, low-fat, calcium carbonated smoocher flaps up. Her and her etch-a-sketch drawn eyebrows decide that the best decision to ever make to save her absolute clit shit of a career is to start more drama with other people. What is this nigga doing now? So if you haven't heard of the many mistakes Susie had done since my last video, then get ready to bust another fat load of jizz with your homie Briz, because Susie made a lot of doozies. So first things first, I want to clarify that the most of the information I got was by this beautiful Agent Bond shaded man known as Tipster News. I'm not going to act like I went on an Indiana Jones expedition to find this news, but I noticed that this video is particularly a little on the longer side of the spectrum, so instead of making an iHeartRadio podcast on Voldemort's stepsister, I'm going to summarize and add a little bit of my own twist. Besides having a full-out mental breakdown on Twitter and having more videos taken down than the amount of white dads at a Home Depot. Last video I talked about how Susie Lou is pretty much the Lex Luthor of YouTube right now, and I say that not only for a giant also for her heartless act she has purged upon the YouTube community. The last video I talked about how Susie Lou is currently the Lex Luthor of YouTube, and I say that not only for a giant ass head, but also for a heartless act she has purged upon the YouTube community. Susie Lou makes about absolute horrid anime reactions where she sits in front of the screen and lets her tits lactate for an hour and upload that as content. In case your parents threw you down a flight of stairs, uploading full uncut anime episodes is highly illegal because you're basically pirating a video for your own benefit. That makes about as much sense as Stephen Hawking being an Olympic athlete. Now, after many people expose Susie's doozies, the anime companies have been introduced to her, and Susie is looking like she's facing a cum shot of lawsuits. Susie finally realized that copy striking people when she's the one uploading full uncut anime is probably not the most luminous idea on her end. Like, come on, Susie, let's use that big noggin a little bit better next time. So like a Catholic mom finding out her son got cut from the soccer team, she instantly freaked out and had a full-out Arsenal breakdown on Twitter. Her videos on her second channel got removed and she deleted many videos on her channel, causing her to lose hundreds of thousands of views. Probably wondering what exact videos did she remove? Well, to be fair, some of them were gameplays, some anime reactions, but one video kind of stuck out above all the others and basically Donkey Kong mallet slammed them out of the proportion. And it was called YouTube, We Have a Problem. The only problem is you being on this website. Now you might be asking, why did she delete all these videos? Well, to keep it a buck with you, Chief, she knew how Timbuck funk she was. And in the one video that's titled YouTube We Have a Problem, she literally talks about her issues with copyright on YouTube. Now that doesn't look sus at all. You know, someone false striking videos talks about how disgusting false striking videos are. You know, like, who would ever do that? And if you want to hear her horrible lullaby to deleting all those views, she states,
just a heads up, I'm deleting a ton of videos from my YouTube channel, from ancient unfinished Let's Plays to anime reactions, just in case anyone actually gives a flying fadoodles. Because me deleting my own videos clearly means I'm hiding something, and it much of sense, folks. You're welcome.
Shut the fuck up!
You know, Suzy, I'm literally just flipping through the pages here, and I can't recall anywhere where anyone fucking asked. Like, you practically just exposed yourself right there, Mrs. Lou. Suzy, you were not a clown, you were the whole ass entire circus, which probably explains why you look like Pennywise's stepsister. In addition to her deleting things, guess what else got deleted? Oh, this one will make your tits flap and your cheeks clap. Her own Patreon. Thank the 7 shades of Neptune balls. To really just pop the cherry, she tried setting up a cameo and charged almost $1,000 to see quote-unquote private video. So I think that's enough backstory. Now let's talk about the new updates that are beautiful Tiffany Valentine looking done to get into somehow even more boiling water. So what could Suzy possibly do? Well, she literally picked a fight with an actual anime voice actress. God, Suzy, what are you doing? So a voice actress by the name of Rachel Messer does many voices for anime and other video games such as Borderlands 3 and actual shows. Now the shows she does I'm not too familiar with I don't really know them that much. Anyway, she decided to share her thoughts on Suzy Lou's situation, right? It was a very interesting video because it comes from the actual industry that Suzy is finessing from. And overall, it was a really good video. It's nice to see that standpoint. She didn't shit talk Suzy barely at all. She just basically stated the facts and her honest opinion on it. So eventually the video got into the line of fire on Suzy's head beam, and Suzy, with her great, brilliant mind, thought it would be an absolute terrific idea to get into a fight with her. God, she's just such a cockroach. Take out the roach and that's what she sucked to be famous. You know, it's such a perfect idea to start a fight with someone who has direct connections with the anime companies that can shut you down faster than the Thanos snap. Which leads me to my next point. A Twitter user named King Nana reached out to Suzy, and just like Tipster said, to speak to Suzy, you gotta act like a zookeeper handling a rough tiger, because one word and Suzy will slap her cock on the block button. Said to Suzy, I have an honest, no-will question. What are your responses to the voice actors, actresses that have come out of the woodwork to say what you're doing is wrong? Some of them are from the shows you react to. Now, if I was in Suzy's shoes, this would have had my ass quivering, my nuts shivering, but being the big badass that Suzy is, because no one can touch her, right? Suzy said, I haven't seen any of it, actually.
Stop the cap.
Oh yeah, Suzy, I'm sure you never even took a glance at it. That's when Suzy finally sort of contradicted herself. I haven't seen this conversation, so I couldn't possible comment. Yeah, possible, because she speaks like a dyslexic 5-year-old. As I say, my brand is my business and no one else's. Suzy, alright guys, who's gonna tell her? Yeah, you're on the internet. People just seem to like my brand to get clicks. And by the sound of it, this girl had jumped onto it too. It's really not news.
Have a great day.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah, I wonder who this girl is, Suzy. Seems like you never heard of any of these people in your life, because that's what you said 10 seconds ago, right? Now you're ranting about some girl. Definitely couldn't be Rachel Messer. If we're gonna be real, Rachel's a hell of a lot more successful than you'll ever be, Suzy. Like, I don't know what you're trying to say, that she's using you for attention. Like, she doesn't need your name. You're acting like you're a god among this site. And of course, Rachel saw a response towards what Suzy said. Instead of acting like she never saw it, she takes that shit into full storm by saying this.
So, I'm trying to be the impartial person, and you think it's a good idea to come at the person who can literally text the company.
God damn, she practically went Spartan Trojan horse on that albino Megamind. And to be fair, who can really blame her? Suzy just never knows when to exactly shut her crescent lips up. So that about just wraps the condom with the new updates about Suzy. Now she's striking back and forth, swinging her dong and letting her nuts hang over everybody, because she's just at the top, right guys? Alright, well, I'm done talking about Suzy Poo. I really don't want to make another video on this exotic dinosaur of a woman, and which is why I'm going to pass on to a different person. Someone in my eyes is way worse than the Gugongus gumdrop, and that is her boyfriend, Steejo. And it appears I'm late for my hands-free colonoscopy, so my homie Chase is going to deliver the hammering facts that hit you harder than a Japanese tsunami. Make sure you guys subscribe to my boy, or you'll bust a splooch in your girl's cooch. Just kidding, he's dating me. I'ma head out this bitch.
Steejo is the biggest simp in the fucking world. Oh my god, it's literally unbelievable what this man has to do just to get that Suzy cooch. Now, if you don't know who Steejo is, he's basically a cheap ripoff of McJuggernuggets. Yeah, remember that guy? And Suzy Lou's huge cuck of a boyfriend and a huge fucking simp. If the definition of a simp was a guy, this is him. Also, he does the same shit that Suzy does, where he basically uploads full episodes of anime and only says like, no way or wow every 5 minutes, which isn't transformative at all, just like Suzy herself.
On my way, but a feeble old lady with these heavy bags asked me for directions. I mean, I got something in my eye, and if you're...
Yeah, he got a bunch of his videos taken down because of it, and apparently to him, it's all bullshit.
Wow, my videos got taken down because I didn't really react to them and basically uploaded full episodes of anime.
Man, this is so stupid. YouTube's so unfair.
Also on Twitter, he's basically Susie Lou's keyboard warrior. I swear, no matter what Susie Lou does, like hell, she could fucking murder an entire orphanage and Steejo would still be like, I don't get what's wrong, she literally did nothing wrong. Also, apparently he's a lawyer, but one of the worst lawyers of all time. Like, my man's has to know that Susie Lou is just abusing the shit out of this copyright system. But my man still wants to defend a conehead and do whatever it fucking takes to make her look good. And honestly, it's quite sad. Also, he's just like Suzy and cannot handle any sort of criticism at all and tries to take down YouTube videos for it. And people are gonna realize this, and so they went on Twitter and called Susie Lou out for this. And Steejo, being the simp that he is, has to do his little, little effort just to try to, defend Susie Lou.
Cuck, simp, you're the lowest of the low. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules.
Funny thing is, Susie Lou's not really the one that's been talking back to, like, the people that criticize her. No, it's Steejo doing it for her as she sits her ass down and watches. Literally, Steejo had one comment on Twitter that basically compares the people that criticize him and Susie Lou as part of the fucking KKK. He says, I'd like to see this targeted harassment campaign that Suzy has engaged in. Has she made a Discord about people? Has she made countless videos about anyone? In spite of warnings, give me a break. That's like taking a black guy to a KKK rally and saying don't hurt him. Pathetic.
Is this nigga serious?
Honestly, how stupid can this man be? He literally took all the quote-unquote harassment that people do on them when it's only just criticism and compared it to the fucking KKK. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think this man's a lawyer, because on Twitter he said that he didn't go to college and you kind of need that to, get a degree to be one, but I guess different things work in different countries according to him. Which, he's right, different things work in different countries, but I still think in almost every country, at least to me, you need a degree to be a lawyer. Well, another thing that makes me question that he's a lawyer is somebody asked him what school did he go to, and he got really defensive about this and didn't say it, but he could have just been like, this university or this or that. Like, no, he didn't say anything. He acted really defensive about it. So I really don't think this man went to school for that. Honestly, I can't really believe he's a lawyer without any proof, and besides, who the hell would give this man a degree?
Stop the cap.
But guys, I'm done here. Thank you to Briz for letting me on this video. It was a lot of fun to make with you, man. If you guys want to check me out, go to the channel GooseChase13, which is on the screen here, and also in the description. Thank you guys for hearing my sexy voice once again, and I'll let Briz do his outro.
One could just be hitting my balls and shit.
Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed Chase giving his TED Talk about the mouse from Ratatouille, basically being the biggest simp in the world. God knows what both of them will do in the future, and like I said, last video, both of their careers are long last over, and it's impossible to prepare for what dumb thing she does next. Honestly, a shame that she doesn't realize people will stop hating if she literally just shuts her chip-shaped lips for 5 seconds. Well, slap a like on this video for your dad slaps you, subscribe and hit my vibe, and follow my Twitter link down below, and also follow my Instagram and join my Discord if you want. Like I said, all links will be down below in the description. Make sure you guys sub to my man Chase, get him to 300 subs or I'm gonna throw a scooter at your ankle, and no one wants that, dude, because that's like the worst pain known to man. So make sure you guys show some love, and I'll see you guys next one. Aight, bro, I'ma head out. Yo, I just dived off of Susie's forehead.
Yo, my cup half full,